All right, more Freddie fun, you know, why not? Just today when I came home is our key switch. So now we can take the dash back apart again and hopefully swap that over for the last time and get her wired up the way it's supposed to be. So here we go. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Ross the Oliver Man. This here's Freddie the Fiat, the Oliver 1450. We're gonna take this out and put it back closer to the way it should be. So that's what we're gonna do. Now the other day, in my infinite wisdom, I decided to put it down for keeps. And then immediately arrives the new switch. Also, I realized that I did not bring something to get this knob off of there. I need to go get the pick again. That seemed to have the most success. There. That was not an easy task, apparently. Probably need to thread tap those holes. They're probably American and I made them. Oh, good. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, I'm really hoping I can maybe do this without taking that oil line loose. Do we think that's possible? Probably not, because it really would be handy to fold the dash back to do it. I could pull the switch out and do it, but oh, and I see trouble a-brewing already. I wonder if I didn't tighten it up last time. Maybe I didn't. But the trouble I see is it looks oily around that switch. I'm betting before this affair is said and done, we're going to be putting an oil line kit on it. Because we disturbed it, you know. We've taken it apart so many times now that it just doesn't know how to act. Sure. Yeah, that was a good move. I'm glad I did that. Will make it much easier to work upon. That dog is really pushing the limits of my patience. Sure. I see another problem. Yep. She ain't the right size. So now, we got to do something that I don't want to do, but we got to. And that is going to be changing the shape of this hole. Now, one would think, if he would use his brain, that he would want it to end up straight up and down, which would mean that we are going to need the flat side on one side or another. Okay, I'm going to enlarge this, probably the way I did with the gauge hole, with a burr bit, and then we'll make this go. There, that's more better. Now at least we're back into the realm of kind of correct for this. Not exactly the same style key as the original, but it will work. Now, this leaves us with a lot of sorting. taped these together the other day so I wouldn't lose them. Oh man, I got anti-seize all over Freddie. Jeez. How is that possible? I didn't even use any today. I just took out the screws and I got anti-seize all over. Okay. Wiring diagram. As said previously, the nice thing about their switches is they put numbers on them so you know what goes to what. The brown one and this blue jumper go to position number 30. And that is the big screw head here. And we learned our lesson from the last one. Be super gentle with these Chinesium switches because they ain't made, apparently, for tightening. So, this also will be a problem because we may have to recrimp ends on to make stuff. Good thing we're not using this switch because I just dropped part of it. Alright. So that's going to go there. Yeah, and that ain't going to go there. Which is kind of a hardship, I think. Well, maybe not. I might have thought ahead. Did I have enough foresight? Yes, I did. To bring the correct stuff. Okay, now the wind is going to pick up for absolutely no reason, just to make this project much more difficult. But basically, we're going to have to take that blue jumper off too, because we're going to reuse it. At least in theory, we're going to reuse it. Alright. Go away. Why do they have a jumper? I don't know. I don't know why they couldn't make their switch where it was hot inside without jumper air-ing it. But sure enough, that's what they do. So, we're going to have to... Super annoying that it's blowing my pages all around. Now, the blue one is going to jump over to 30/1. Okay. So, which way do we want to go? Probably up. We'll have to cut that end off to accommodate our new switch, which is terminals and not screws. There. Okay. Now that other one we aren't using anymore because I used it for something else, so that's fine. I'm talking to myself, but it makes sense. If you knew what I was saying, you'd understand. 30-1 is where we're going with this. And we will actually need that for another project that I have planned to put on here. So we'll figure that out in a minute. Let's go on. 51 is the next important one. It's the one that does the starter button. And on Freddie, see, I just redid these the other day, and I could have set myself up for success then, but I didn't. As you see, what he's going to need It's not the smaller of the terminals, but the larger ones. So, because I'm pretty sure those won't go through there. What luck I have created for myself. Okie doke. Let's start over. Cutting off 2 perfectly good ends. Because I didn't think ahead the other day. I should have got an old key switch and pre-thought out my numbering system, but I didn't. Oh, boys. Sure would have been nice if I came prepared. Here we go. That's what you want to do. Demount that. So stupid. I am not too bright. Unlike this light bulb, I am not so bright. Alright. Let's put this in. And just be done with it. I've had enough. I don't really want to be on either side of that. I really just want this to work. Now the cool thing, did I lose the screw? Because that'd be cool, wouldn't it? That's just what we need to add into the mix. Alright. No, stop, no, 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 no. Oh, geez, friends. These key switches are garbage. This is the second one that's done this. Now I can start all over on it. Piece of shit. Okay, well here's the thing. I refuse to take apart another tractor to put this in. So I'm just going to table this, putting together, but we're going to go ahead and splice ends on everything, I think, because, I mean, I'm sick of it, guys. These Chinese parts, I mean, this is ridiculous. The quality of these, absolutely do not buy these. I don't know what you're going to do if yours fails, but these are garbage. So don't even mess with it. I think I'm done for tonight. I hate to tell you. Freddie's just going to have to sit in pieces. Because that just really gets me. Gray black. This don't look like gray black. Well, I think that I'm pretty well done. Because I can't work in this anymore. And I'm ticked off. So I don't know anymore, friends. This is ridiculous. I can't believe that. 2 of them. Gray, black. What is this white one? White one goes to 58. The white one goes to the fuse box and does nothing. But it goes to 58. Okay. So that's fine. Can we even proceed from here? I'm really struggling that I could even go on. Because I just got it. Green and gray. Green and black goes to 56A. 56A and 56B. Alright. Green and black. Gray. Gray and black. There's gray and black. 56A and 56B. Green and black. But then where does the yellow one come in to play? 58. What's 58? 58's the white one that does nothing. Alright, I'm a little bit confused at why I have this wad of stuff here. As I'm wondering if these were like a plug to go to the lights on the back end of the tractor. I'm betting that's the case, because I don't have a place for that anymore. 58 is white. I got one of those. And then I have this gray and black and the yellow, or the, yeah. So, I'm going to go ahead and wire them up. And we're just going to go with it. Then we'll have to do another switch repair, like I did the other day. Which I'm not going to do tonight because I'm too ticked off. This was supposed to be a quick and easy project. Okay, I gotta go get more stuff. But I think we're gonna call this here for now, and I'll bring you back when I get the switch fixed. Okay, it's several days later. I got the first part of that video edited up, so it's kind of long. We might as well bring her home, and I'll just tell you where we're going from here. I got this put back together. I got the switch mounted in and repaired and all that. That was really a bummer. I put this over it to keep rain out of it. Okay, so much sadness, as you know. I got this. Obviously this light comes on. Turn it. Headlights come on. That was a chore, I'm telling you. And part of the reason why, we turn this back on real quick. This one lights up. This one does not, for two reasons. Number one, I ruined that bulb. Remember when I said I was grinding on glass? Well, I cut that one too deep and it got moisture in it, and it lit up and then burned out immediately. So I gotta get a new bulb. The second reason why it won't light, and I was really struggling figuring out what was going on, but then all made sense. You know, I had a yellow wire and a yellow black wire left over in the dash, and what those were wires for the back of the tractor to the fenders for lights back there that would have been on the whole time the headlights were on, like tail lights, I assume. That's not what I'm gonna do, but I'll explain that in a minute. So when I got to messing with this, I figured out that the white wire was not connected to my fuse box, and so I wasn't getting any power to my yellow wires anywhere. So I got that plugged in where it should go. Then we had another problem. Freddie's fuse box is broken. It won't hold a fuse in this position. The way it is made, one headlight gets its power from this fuse and one headlight gets its power from this fuse. So that's odd, I know, but power goes into the middle and then it branches off from each side. So yellow and black's on one side and yellow's on the other side, and that's left and right. So everything is wired up, as in I got all the wires run, sealed up, nice. Everything should work. Got it all wrapped up there so that it's not going to get into anything. But we need to get a new headlight bulb and do our custom grind, and then we also have this fuse box issue to deal with. Through the magic of the old internet machine, I managed to find this exact fuse box, or what appears to be it. There's only one difference in it, and I'll show you that when we get it. I didn't realize it until after I ordered it and got to looking at it close, but it will still work. I just have to make one minor change to the back of it, and I think we'll do that in a separate video and I'll explain it. So, because, well, let me pause here. I did do something else to Freddie. I added a horn. Why not have a horn? You know, it was an option on these, but I figured, hey, you got to have a horn. So Freddie's got a horn. Now, because of the fact that I don't have original lights at all, I mean, there was none to be had. It's supposed to have like a tail light on both fenders, and then optional was white light on the back of both fenders. No flashers. Well, I put flashers on everything I got because people are terrible drivers nowadays, and if I want to use Freddie down the road, I want to make sure I don't get run over. So I'm going to put flashers on him somewhere. So I am not using the yellow and black wire from there that's under the dash. I just taped them up and got them out of the way so they can't hurt anybody anymore. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect from here the outputs of these two, because they come on in two alternate positions of the key. Like one goes on, then the other shuts off. And those are the wires I'm going to use to run my lighting for the back of the tractor. And I'm going to do an Oliver setup, whereas I'm going to have a red light on one fender and a white light on the other fender. And part of the reason for doing that is I managed to find one, I'm telling you, original tail light that would fit Freddie. You can see it will bolt right there and look kind of torpedo-ish. So yeah, so he's going to get the red light on one fender and then a white light on the other fender, just like the Charles City tractors would have. And then I will wire them up where they come on and off in alternate positions. So one position you will have your headlights and then your red light and your two flashers flashing, and the other position will have those go away and just the white light come on. That is going to be a while because the fenders on Freddie are terrible. This one looks like who knows what was mounted there and it ripped out. It's been welded on. They're not bolted down tight anymore. This one's got a big notch cut out of it. It's got welding on it. So it's more solid, at least in the bracing. This one's actually rotted out in that. So it's going to take some major doing to get that the way it needs to be. And then I want to clean up the rest and paint it, take the back wheels off and clean them and paint them the right color, because it breaks my brain when I see people paint lug nuts and everything the same color. I want it not that way. I want it like that, where it's, you know, two colors. Then we also have to continue our work on the grill. I keep meaning to do that, and then I get called away from it and don't get it done. I got it clipped where I want it now, but I need to cut tabs and re-weld tabs to the grill, make it to where it's able to be bolted in. And then I have to cut metal and weld in the bottom of the grill, because it's supposed to come down till here, and then it bolts through these two holes. So I'm going to have to figure out that. That's going to be a heck of a to-do. I need to go visit my friend, I said that before, and get this top insert, and then that'll be set. You know, and then we're going to have to figure out how that mounts in, because obviously we're missing. That one's folded over, but I assume it bolts in 4 places. I don't really know. We'll find out when we get it. But otherwise, I think Freddie is coming right along. I mean, I am amazed with how much stuff I've been able to find when I needed it, because I've always been told you couldn't find any parts for a 1450, and that's very true in a lot of ways. But if you got enough secret places to look, you can find pretty well what you got to have, like this. I mean, if I could have found a second one, I would put that on too, but I'm just tickled to find one, and it will make more sense with what I'm going to do, you know, having one go on and one go off, just like they do on our other tractors. So I think we got us something there. I'm trying to think of what else. What else do I need to do to this? I'm getting down to where it's pretty well usable. I mean, I need to make the step for this side, because it's missing, and it is quite a leap to get up onto the tractor. This other side still has the step on it, angle step, and I'm thinking that that's the way it was. I think it was angled on this side, and the other side was straight, because on that other tractor I looked at, I'm pretty sure that's the way it was. I'll have to go back at my pictures and check, but I'm thinking that's what she was. It's cold, and it's been sitting outside. Let's see if Freddie will fire up. Not quite. There we go. A Freddie cold start. He wouldn't even have thought about doing that before. So we definitely have improved this tractor quite a lot since we got it. There's still things to do. I need to find one of these arms for this governor, because you can see that it's just about wore through. That would help things out. I can always try to fix that one, but it would just be easier to find a different one and change it. But I'm impressed. Freddie's come along. He doesn't smoke like a freight train anymore, and he runs pretty sweet. Idle's good. You just got to watch it, because if you shove it down too low, it'll shut down, because that's how it's made. But listen to that kitty purr. I mean, this little sucker, I'm happy with my trade, you know. It's an oddball thing, and it's not for everybody. If you wanted to use something every day, this probably wouldn't be the thing for you. But as far as something to play with that I didn't have, I'm very happy with this. I don't know if I ever mentioned the toolbox situation, but I did make a bracket and mount an Oliver toolbox on it, so I like that better than the Army can, which I need to find, because it still has some stuff in it. I don't know what I did with it, but that is neither here nor there. And yeah, we're getting pretty well cleaned up. I've got we're gonna take this off. This is actually the factory bracket off of a 4-digit tractor, and I've got a factory coupler that I'll clean up and paint to put the hydraulic ends in, so that it has, you know, actually an Oliver part, not just the aftermarket cobbled up stuff. And then finally, I forgot what I did with that thing, but that's something else we need to tackle, making that hydraulic lever. I got it flipped around, but I need to cut a tab off and weld the tab at a different spot so it bolts to the 2 bolts, and then make a linkage to go to here to there, you know, so that it runs that. And you get it, you know what I'm talking about. I may also get some sea foam or something to run in Freddie, because he's got a little bit of a, the light comes on, good. He's got a little bit of a flutter to him, but I don't think he's really been worked that hard in recent times, you know. I might be wrong on that, but that's part of why it was smoking so bad. I think when he got it, it was kind of wet stacking a little bit, so, but whatever. Also, I guess another thing is I need to finish out my exhaust brace setup. I got it, I used all original parts I could. I had to make a little connector link, because I guess I didn't get this. This was probably in a little bit more, but I'm just going to make another brace from here up to that other manifold bolt, and then that will be the way it should be, and I think we're good to go there. Then pretty well everything is down to just cosmetics on him. I need to take the sheet metal all off again, like I said, and weld this. I need to do more work on the hood. It's still not just quite right. My muffler now won't let the hood open all the way, so I may buy a different muffler. I don't know. People complain about my muffler. This is a practically new muffler. It just looks rusty. It's been sitting, and I don't think it's been used a ton. It's had more hours on it probably now than it has for a long time, so maybe I'll just clean it up and get some stove paint or something to make that a little bit more better. But yeah, the projects are slowly chiseling away on Freddie, and we're finally getting something that's going to be usable. And yeah, I was just very frustrated with that key switch situation, because that's 2 in a row where they broke off. 3 in a row if you count the one that came no good. So anyway, what are you gonna do? I mean, I tried buying the good quality stuff and I got bit both times. And that switch that's in Viewer David's tractor was cheap. It was like 20 bucks and it worked fine. I never had any trouble with it. It had a different style key a little bit than what this one does, but I don't know. So anyway, I don't know what else to say. I'm just glad that we were able to salvage that affair, because that was pretty frustrating. But I'm getting good at repairing switches now. I know the trick to fix these, so I guess I'll just have to do that right away and, you know, break them off and take them apart and do it, because they ain't no good from the company, wherever they come from. They need to work on their stamping machine. I don't think that they have it adjusted right for that one terminal, because it keeps snapping off. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and call this one here. I think this should be enough for a video. I don't know if we really accomplished much territory or not. You got to see me lose my marbles there for a little bit, because that was pretty frustrating when that destroyed. I mean, I didn't feel good already when I was filming that. I didn't really feel like doing anything. And then I thought, well, this will be a quick project and I could get this dash closed up, and boy, did that not work out my way. So anyway, I think we got it now, and we got all the wiring done. I had to do that off camera. I had to have a break. I just messed with it one night when I got the switch fixed and kept going until I got what I wanted done. So we'll make another video whenever I get that fuse box, and we'll try to get our wires run back to the back of the tractor. Probably won't have them hooked to anything right now, but we'll figure out where to run them, and then just have them hanging out there with plugs ready to go to our lighting situation on the fenders. I guess I'd probably jump them from like there and follow these tubes and go down under here somewhere and split them. I don't know. I'll come up with something, but that is for another time. So as always, if you like the videos, give them a thumbs up and leave a comment. That stuff doesn't cost you anything, and it's supposed to really help me out. So do that if you can. You can say whatever you want. It helps either way. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.